It's the one and only DJ Malone, man. Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day. Really, how you guys doing? I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and I hope you are too. People, I think I time traveled. Maybe I did, or maybe I didn't. Maybe it is what it is because this next person I got coming up, man, I really want you guys to get in tune with her because I think, man, her voice speaks for itself, man. Australian singer, songwriter, her new single, man, Hold On, is out right now, and make sure you guys grab it and everything, man. I really want you guys to get in tune with the blues and the jazz blends that she has going on. Nadia, what's going on?
Hello, how are you, DJ Malone?
Hey, good morning to you. It's morning time.
Yes, it is. It's 7 a.m. here.
Okay, so where I'm at right now, it's 4 p.m. where I'm at. I'm in Houston, Texas right now. So
Oh,
technically, you're a time traveler. Isn't that crazy?
I am, yeah. Apparently we live in the future because
Yeah,
we're a day in front.
that's what's up, man. So you're just waking up. What are some of your morning routines that you do?
Oh, I like to go for a morning walk. I do like a 5K walk every morning just to, you know, be with nature and walk around, and then I have a coffee and then yeah, I go to my day job. Usually I have a day job as well.
Wow, that's what's up, man. That's a beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and dive into it, man. So who is Naughty? How did this all become?
Yeah, for sure. Music's a part of my soul. I grew up with it all around me. My father's a blues guitarist,
Okay.
and my mother also plays guitar. So, we always had instruments and, um, growing up with my family as well, who are musical, particularly on my Filipino side. So I'm actually half Filipino and half Italian.
Okay.
And but born here in Australia. And growing up, was always writing a lot of poetry, and that eventuated into writing songs when I got to my teenage years.
Okay.
And then, started joining bands and touring around Australia and was in a bunch of different shows and musicals. And then, started to take it really seriously. I have an original band called Ramble,
Okay.
who I've been performing with for 10 years. And then I've got my own music under my name, Nadia, as well,
Okay.
which has been more of a recent thing.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Growing up, man, I learned that you were in you have a choir background.
Yes, I was in a choir. I have a real love for harmonies.
Okay.
I think they're so beautiful and it's so healing when you're singing in harmonies with other people as well. Growing up in church, I was in a choir there, and then my father was Catholic, so
Okay.
we were in a choir there. But then my mum was a born again Christian, so I went to two different churches.
Okay.
And was in the church band, which was a bit more sort of gospel. So yeah, just a really beautiful thing to be able to have that upbringing and have that beautiful kind of meaningful music around you as well.
Now, were you a alto or a soprano? Like where were you on the scale?
Yeah, I generally fell into the alto spot,
Okay.
but sometimes I'd be put into soprano as well. I do have a very big octave range, so
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
kind of went dabbled in between the two, but mainly alto.
Okay. So when I was like 15, they put me as baritone, and then as I
Oh,
got older, I became a bass.
oh wow! So your voice got lower.
Yeah. Yeah. So but see the thing I loved about choir was it taught me about music structure. And as I
Yes.
got older, I learned, especially when I started producing and understanding bars and everything else like that, it really owned in on music.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely did, and it kind of gives you a bit of discipline as well. Like, you can't go off and ad lib, and you've got to really stick to the sounds and the music and the words so
Yeah,
that you're in sync with the other people that you're singing with, for sure.
I respect that, man. So now I know that you've been to the States.
Yes.
What has been the main differences in the States between Australia and here?
Yeah, I've been asked this question a little bit, and certainly there are some major differences. What I do love and what's common is that it's both countries are very multicultural.
Okay.
But I would say that, in America, people are more extroverted and loud.
Yeah.
And your portion sizes of food are much bigger. Um, and there's so much history in America,
Yeah.
from music to absolutely everything. And we're a younger country in Australia.
Yeah.
I think we've been here a couple hundred years or something. And yeah, there's a lot of similarities, but then there's a lot of differences too. And I think that the major ones is just the cultural differences around, like, even in particular with music. I think that music is like a part of the American culture, like you
Yeah.
live and
Yeah.
breathe it.
Yeah.
But in Australia, it's kind of more you choose to like it.
Mm.
Like, you're a music enthusiast and you go and see shows. It's not necessarily something we grow up with.
I get that. So it's not in.
Yeah.
It's not in like here. It's like music. When you say culture and history, there's spots in history that mark because of music.
Yes.
And maybe versus to there, it's not necessarily that people don't like it. It's just I think it's more of a path that you choose.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I respect that. Okay, that's what's
Yeah.
up, man. When did your love for music start?
Uh, it started as a young girl, I think from 3, 4 years old. My father would play guitar every night before I went to bed, and I'd fall asleep on the couch listening to his guitar.
Mm.
So I think that really helped tune my ear, because I think you learn a lot when you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And all those different notes that I was learning from him playing. So yeah, really started very young. I remember when I was 5 years old, the teacher actually went up to my mother and said, "Your daughter's got really something special about her voice.
Wow.
She's very powerful at such a young age. I think you should really hone in on that and see if she can kind of improve what she's currently doing." So, started very young, but it wasn't until like I got to like my high school years,
Mm.
secondary school, that I started performing in different shows and plays and assemblies around school and stuff like that.
Excellent.
And then, it got a lot more serious when I hit sort of 18.
Okay, I like this, man. So
Yeah.
now we're promoting. Hold on, let's talk about this real quick. How did this all come about?
Yes. So Hold On was a tune that I collaborated on with my friend Matt Robb. He's very talented. He's a producer in his own right, can play a bunch of different instruments. So he put the composition together of that track. And
Okay.
then, we used to meet up every week in his studio, and we would just, instead of like going out and having a few drinks and going to a bar, our way of having fun was, let's just go to the studio and hang and write songs.
Yeah.
So each week we would write a song. And on this particular day, I was feeling really vulnerable and probably wasn't having the best week. And if you hear the lyrics within this song, it's hold on and hold on to love,
Yeah.
and don't forget that that a lot of people love you and that you need to love yourself as
Right.
well. That's very important. So, I started putting that down, and then I was like, all right, let's do some harmonies and let's layer some harmonies on it. So I started layering harmonies, and we just collaborated. And then we got to the point where we finished the song, and we took it to another friend of ours called Ivan Kachoyan.
Okay.
And he's a really well-renowned producer here in Australia, particularly for soul music. So we took it to him, and he took it to another level, and really, made the song what it is today. He's also a drummer, so he put the beautiful drums down on it. And yeah, I'm very, very excited to launch this new single.
I'm very surprised that like of course you're known everywhere. You're just a known figure. But you always just doing my research on you. You always stayed humble, even whenever you have the biggest accomplishments. Where does that humbleness come from?
I don't know. I think I'm just someone who has a lot of love for people. Like, when I do my shows, I, of late, I've been performing quite a lot, and a lot of people have been crying in my shows. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they felt very touched, and I think for me, I don't care about fame and fortune as an artist. I care about being able to use my music to make a difference and to make people feel.
Yeah.
And, where does that humbleness come from? I mean, I think just my upbringing, things weren't always roses for me. You know, there was a lot of adversity and things that happened, and I chose to, I guess, not continue a vicious cycle and to change that cycle and be a better person
Right.
from it, and find a way to navigate through a lot of those challenges and go, how do I learn from this, and how do I, channel that positive energy into the world. My father as well is a very humble person.
Right.
So I think I get a lot of the traits for him. He's always, if I started to get really excited about something, he'd say, now don't you forget where you come from, and don't forget,
Right.
the upbringing you've had and the values that you've been brought up with and the morals that you've been brought up with,
Right.
because, no one's better than anyone. We're just all different in this world, and we all have unique things that we can bring to the table. So I think a lot of it came from my father too.
That's what's up, man. I like to hear that. And it's good to have that background or that person that kind of keeps you grounded.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I'm an extrovert and loud at times and can get very excited. And he always puts me in check and goes, Nadia, be humble.
What are some of your hobbies right now, man? What are you into?
Oh yeah, if I'm not doing music, I certainly love. I've got a vegetable garden,
Okay.
so I like growing vegetables. I've got two different cultures that I come from. Even though I'm from Australia,
Yeah.
my father is Italian, and then my mother is Filipino.
Oh man.
So growing vegetables, we made wine, we make sauce in our family. So that's really important to me to have natural things and eating healthy. I also really love to cook.
Okay.
Um, I love making food. And also, if I get a bit of extra time when I'm not busy, I like to sew my own clothes,
Oh
or I go
wow.
to a thrift
Okay.
shop and I find an old sort of 1920s or 40s piece, and then I
That's what's up.
redo it and make it my own.
Hey, that's what's up, bro. And
I love creativity.
that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Your side hustle right there, man. Recreating things, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Now, with the Hold On record, is this off an EP or an album, or is this a single right now?
It's a single off my new album. So in April this year, I released my song Is It You?
Okay.
Off that album as well. The album's called Own Every Scar.
Okay.
Really powerful words right
Yeah.
there. And Hold On is my second single from that album.
Okay. Now, on the scar, when I hear that, it's almost like living your truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, talk to us about the meaning of it in everything in its entirety.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we all go through our challenges. We all have mistakes that we've made or other people's mistakes that we have to wear. And I believe that all of these different challenges and things that we have make us the people that we are today. And, and sometimes we're ashamed or sad about things that have happened. But I think that what we should do is flip that
Yeah.
and go, how do we own that and take the positivity out of that and make ourselves better people? And really that's what I stand for as an artist. And I
Mm.
think we all come from, well, actually, I think that our imperfections that we have are what make us uniquely ourselves.
Okay.
So it's those imperfections that I think make us perfect.
That's beautiful. I like that. I like to hear that. That's well said right there. Um, Now coming into it, where would you like to perform at, man? If you could perform anywhere, where would Nadia like to perform?
Oh, I mean, I would love to perform at Coachella, like some of the really big festivals. I would love to just be able to, I also love, like, along with big festivals, which I've done quite a few of them. I also love those intimate venues as
I can.
well. Where you have a small crowd and you can really tell the story of your music and touch people. So I would just love to be ongoing touring around the world, and
Yeah.
I've just come back from a tour in the USA. I was there in July,
Okay.
and I think for me, I just love America. I think the people there and the way that you embrace music, it's just so beautiful, and how you're so vocal about it too. You know, you'll come like a lot of the Americans come up to me after my show and go, I just love you and I love your songs and your voice is beautiful. Or they go, girl, you can sing, which is a new thing I've learned. Yeah, just to be able to tour ongoing at venues and festivals all around the world would
that,
mean
that,
a lot.
that's beautiful, man. And I do understand what you're saying. That as a DJ, because I DJ at different spots as well. So whenever like I got to DJ one time at the Bear Stadium in Chicago, where they play football at, and that was a very cool experience. Don't get me wrong, I loved it. But I also love those little hole in the walls where it's just maybe 100 to 80 people in there, and we can rock out too, man. That's a
Yeah.
synergy that's different.
Yes, I play at a lot of jazz clubs in Australia. So I have like my genres of music that I love are like jazz, soul, blues, and R&B. Like they're for me, they're like feel music
Real.
and good for your soul. And so I do quite regular shows at this little jazz club in Australia called the Paris Cat Jazz Club.
Okay.
And it's so intimate, it only holds like 80 people. And I'm able to kind of put on my show to this small crowd and be up close and personal with them, and it's just a beautiful experience. But then, you know, I've done some big festivals as well, and it's, you know, big crowds, and you know, you vibe off the crowd and there's like thousands of people there, and you know, that's
Yeah.
just as wonderful too.
Dude, has there ever been a moment where, and I'm pretty sure you have, but it's like where it's like, yo, I did that. Like, you got off stage and then you look back at the crowd and it's like, yo, I that was me right there. I did that. Like a proud moment for yourself. When was that?
Yeah, I mean, recently this year, so in Australia last year there was a competition, and that competition was for blues music. And I competed against some of the people in Melbourne, Australia, as part of the Melbourne Blues Appreciation Society.
Okay.
And me and my band won it.
That's what's
And
up.
we then, as a result of that, were flown to Memphis
Okay.
in January this year, and we competed in the International Blues Challenge.
That's what's up.
And you know, we did heat for heat, and to be honest, it was really intimidating for us because, you know, this music that we're doing comes from America, you know,
Yeah.
it comes from you guys, and I've got lots of influences in that. But I also don't look at it like it's your music or my music. It's like we're all like, I think music is a universal language, and I think
Yeah.
that's what's cool about it. And but I did feel very intimidated because, you know, you've got such great musicians over there. And so, you know, we would perform, and I'm like just this humble little young girl from the land down under of Australia competing against all of these wonderful Americans and people around the world. And the fact that I actually made it to the finals was a really, really big thing for me. Only 5 people out of 400 in the band
Wow.
category made it to the finals. And I think it was my semi-final performance where I just thought, nah, there's no way I'm going to make it to the finals. There's just
Yeah.
so many talented people here. And I got on that stage and I gave it my heart and soul with the band. I performed really heartfelt songs. You know, there's a song I wrote about refugees that come into Australia at the
Okay.
moment, and it's a really big problem that's been happening. And yeah, I performed really heartfelt songs, and I got off that stage and I actually cried in front of the entire audience. I was
That's
very
beautiful though,
embarrassed
man.
about it, but it was how I was feeling
Yeah.
in that moment. And it wasn't because I was scared or frightened. It was because I sang songs that had meaning, and I saw the reaction of that crowd
Well,
and how it made them feel. And, you know, I got off that stage and hundreds of people just came up and gave me a hug.
that's beautiful,
And
man.
that for me was a really proud moment because I was able to, you know, I had come such a long way. I made it to the semi-finals. I was intimidated. But not because anyone made me feel intimidated. I was just
Yeah.
intimidated because of the caliber of musicians. And the fact that I got through that and then made it to the finals,
Yeah.
for me, that was a really proud moment.
I, and I like to hear that story, man. I can hear them stories all day, like a triumphant story where it's meant for it was meant for it to happen. You get what I'm saying? So that's beautiful right there.
Oh, thank you. I was kind of the underdog, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
So,
Hey man, I love a Rudy story. That's a American movie, football movie. Did you ever get into it?
yeah.
Go check out Rudy, man.
Okay, I'll
You can
check it
see
out.
the similarities in the story, and you'll see what I mean whenever you see it.
Oh,
So, now let me ask you this. I know you've been like, to New York. You've been back to my home, Chicago. So I know that.
yeah, I love Chicago.
Have you been to Texas?
I have not been to Texas, but I really want to.
Man, we got to get you. I'm in Houston right now. I live out here now, so we got to get you to come to Texas, man. And
Oh, if you
I'm in
want me to
Houston,
come and do a show there, I'm there.
man. Man, we got to set that up, man. I'm gonna talk to my people. We got to set that up, man. We got to, man. So what's some of your favorite foods or American foods?
Oh, American foods. It's really funny because I didn't realize what your signature kind of dishes are until I kind of got there.
Yeah.
Um, and it's really interesting where, depending on where you go in America, you've got these really signature dishes that are in each part. For example, when I went to San Francisco, I absolutely loved the seafood chowder there.
Mm.
In Chicago, your hometown, that deep dish pizza. I mean, it's so unhealthy, but so delicious at the same time.
Yeah.
And I can't even begin to forget when I was in New Orleans, the beautiful gumbo, the
Yeah.
fried chicken in Memphis, the fried green tomatoes. Like we don't have these things in Australia.
Wow.
So I definitely have to say I love the gumbo. That's up there for me.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Next time if you ever get back to Chicago, you got to have the Gary's popcorn. Li-
Okay, I'll
li-
have to try that.
it's to die for. I tell
To
people
die
that
for.
um there's a there now it's in a little area that it's a little not sketchy, but it's worth it. Harold's Chicken. If you ever get to go to
Okay,
Chicago, go to Harold's Chicken if you like fried chicken and stuff, man. So
I
that's a good
do.
that's a good um if you ever come to Houston, man, we got to get you to go to a barbecue place. They're known for their barbecue out here.
Ooh, I love a barbecue. I mean, I'm from Australia. We love barbecue here too.
So like when in Australia, what kind of sauces and tangs is there? Like, because it's like I always am interested to see how it is across the pond or whatever. So, what is some foods or what are some things that people are into there?
Yeah, I mean, we have, I guess our country is so multicultural. So we have food from all over the world. And I think one of the things that we have mastered here, particularly in Melbourne, where I'm from, is coffee.
Okay,
We have a science behind the way that we make coffee, from the roasting all the way through to how it's then turned into like a latte or the various different styles of coffee that you can have. So definitely, if anyone ever comes to Melbourne, Australia, you will be so blown away by our coffee.
okay,
Um, but in terms of food, you know, we just have a good old roast here in Australia,
okay.
particularly the English sort of Irish background. It's like a chicken or a beef roast or a pork roast. It gets put into the oven with a bunch of vegetables and just the flavors itself's really nice. And we also do a really good fish and chips
Okay.
in Australia as well. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Now coming into it, man. We're coming into the holidays. Any big plans? Anything coming up?
I haven't got any. I've been to the States 3 times this year. So,
Yeah.
so my day job, I work in marketing in my day job.
Okay.
Um, and I think they're probably going to be a bit upset at me if I try and go on another holiday this year. Well, but I do plan to come back to the USA next year,
Okay.
and do another tour. That's my plan.
Okay, that's what's up. As far as music wise, are we? I know we're promoting this, but you have such a powerful voice that I
Oh,
think you
thank you.
you should do a holiday, a Christmas thing, man.
A Christmas song.
Yeah, I really think so. I think your voice can pull it off.
Oh, thank you. I do love Christmas songs. Yeah, certainly. I mean, I could. I mean, I've got my new album, as you know, that's coming out, and I've been writing for a second album now. So, I've got 4 songs in the bag that I'm very happy with. So I'm
Excellent.
just continuously writing, but maybe I could write a Christmas hit. Who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows, man? The sky's
The
the
world's your
limit.
oyster.
Yeah, man.
Well, I
Now,
like oysters too.
have you dropped any visuals for the singles yet, or just they're just working on it, or where we at with the videos?
Oh, no, I've done a film clip.
Okay,
It's basically my new song, Hold On, will be dropping on the 19th of September.
okay,
So in a couple of weeks. So this is an early little glimpse of it if you're going to play it today. And yeah, I have a accompanying film clip that's part of that as well. It's a really beautiful film clip. I have this wonderful contemporary dancer in it.
okay,
Um, and you can see the emotions of like how she's sort of starting out all the way through to when she actually launches into her beautiful dance.
okay,
And the journey that it takes. And the story behind it is essentially that there are 3 judges,
okay,
and I'm one of those judges, and she comes in and she performs her life away to this moment to see if she can get accepted into the next stage. And but it's a metaphor for life
yeah,
around the challenges and the things that you go through, and then that accomplishment that comes out of it afterwards, but also to hold on to the love for yourself because you've got. You're all you've got.
that's real. I respect that. Deep and real. I like that, man. That's what it is. Give it a Facebook, everything where they can find you.
Yeah, so my social handle is at Nadia Music, but in America you say Nardia because I have an R in my name. So at Nardia Music. I have all of my snippets that I'll put up there. I have a website which is
Okay,
nadia.com.au, and that features all my tours and shows that are coming up. And also I've got an album that you can pre-buy on vinyl
okay. I
on my
gotta get
website
that.
too.
We gotta get that for
Oh
the
yeah.
studio, man.
This is probably one of the best albums that I've ever written in my life, and I
Wow.
don't say that very lightly. I really am I'm a music snob, I really love good music and compositions and songwriting as well, and I think that this is a really powerful album and one that I hope everyone jumps on because it's really wonderful.
Songwriting wise, has this been the most vulnerable for you?
Yes, it has been. I think, I really, it was really at a time of, when COVID came along
Yeah.
and we were all kind of like locked down and the world sort of stopped. And it gave me a moment to reflect on my life and where I was at. And, and I was doing lots of different things and lots of shows and gigging quite a lot. And I thought to myself, I just want to take a step back and actually put my energy into music that I think will make a difference in the world,
Right.
Um, even if it's 1 or 2 people that it makes a difference to, that's all that matters to me because yeah, each song that I've written is really about an experience or a topic that I think a lot of people go through, but there's so many different topics and challenges. Um, and yeah, I just hope that it kind of resonates with people
Yeah.
and can make a difference in their lives too.
I respect that, man. Just a couple more questions before we let you go. Now, everybody that's gonna probably listen to this on my station will say, "I love her accent. I love it." Um, what's one of your favorite accents from the states?
Oh, do you know, I love, and I hope no one hates me for this because I love all of your accents. But I really love the Southern accent.
Wow. Okay.
I'm so into it. Like even the Texas accent down south. I love like the Memphis accent. I love the Nashville. Like the South is really, really beautiful, the
That's
accent down
that.
there.
Yeah, man. I coming here is different because like the Chicago slang and the Houston slang is too different. So
Yeah.
it's like whenever I first got here, I had to learn like some lingos because like when I say pop, like hey, I need a pop or something like that, they think they don't know what pop is. They say soda or soda water, but a pop is
Oh,
like a Coke or something.
I didn't even know that either. There you
Yeah.
go.
So yes, you learn something new every day, man.
You
Anything
do.
Anything you want to say to your lovers, your supporters out there? Anything?
Oh, I just want to say that, thank you for allowing me to come over to the US just recently, and all of you that came to see my shows in the US. That was really lovely for me. Um, and I just want to say that, whoever you are and wherever you come from, just be you, be true to yourself. And, that's what my album's about. Own Every Scar. It's about owning your imperfections, because it's those imperfections that make you uniquely perfect.
That's what it is. That's what it is, people. Make sure you guys stay in tune with everything that she has going on, man. September the 19th, that Hold On video is dropping, right?
Yes, it'll drop on YouTube, and it'll also be on Spotify
Okay, so
and all of the streaming platforms, really. Yeah.
definitely. Make sure you guys run the analytics up, please, and thank you. Run the analytics up. And before you go, I always ask artists, they can do a drop for me. You're going to say your name, and I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
Okay. All right. So, hi, everyone. I'm Nadia from the land down under of Australia. And today you're rocking with DJ Malone.
Boom. Fireworks, explosions, everything in between. If you need to be doing voiceover, because that could be your side hustle too, man. A lot of people.
I have done some voiceovers. I have.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Keep on doing it, man. Hey, man, make sure you guys stay in tune, man. It's the one and only DJ Malone, Chicago 77.3. We out. One.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.